there we are. Hi, guys. Welcome back. Let me see who is with us today. Let's see who is with us. If you can
Can you see
hear
my
us, drop in comments.
Can you see my screen?
Um, Give me a moment. Trying to see. All right. Yeah, I think we are live, and some persons are here already. Yeah. Okay. Welcome. Hi. Hi, Josephine. Hi, Oluchi. Hi, is it Kifi? Ifoluwa, welcome. Josephine, good evening. Adeola, happy to see you today. Henry, Eunice, Adeshina, Bisola, welcome. Okay, Rosemary, Cynthia, Osonwa, you're welcome. Tina, Mama Squad, welcome. Obianuju, you're welcome. Okay, I think we already have some persons so that we can get started. So, first of all, I need to hear from you guys. How many of you did your assignments yesterday? Oh, someone is already asking.
There are 8 students.
Actually,
There are 8 students in this class.
exactly. Good to see you too, Julia. If you did the assignment, please drop it in the chat. Sina Kitchen, hello. Ifolua did his or her assignment. Josephine did. That's good. Is it only Ifolu and okay? Adeshina did. So only 3 persons. That is not encouraging. Okay. Okay, Darling did. All right. Nkechi did. That's good. We just want to know we are carrying you guys along. Because if after this training you are not able to monetize your LinkedIn, then it's a waste of your time. Cynthia did. That's good. Woo. All right. So, Joanna, I think I'm handing over to you right now to continue from where you stopped yesterday. Right.
Great.
I mean, you're looking so beautiful today. I've not
Yes,
mentioned.
it's okay.
All
Today we're
right.
not doing introductions. If
Mm-hmm.
in case you missed the introduction, probably you're joining us for the first time today, and you are just wondering who are these 2 people on your screen. You can go to yesterday's conversation. We did an introduction of who we are in that conversation. Um, Victoria is still saying, I'm still confused on what to do. I think, Victoria, if you're still confused and you are being taught and you're going through the master classes and everything, and you feel still confused, I'll advise you that you get a personalized coaching session because the advice that we give most of the times in these sessions are normally general to cover everything. So you can actually look for a personalized coach to help you with that. Ella, how do I reach you personally? Benson.
We are going to answer that during the questions and answer section. So,
Okay, can I don't see my screen on this stream. I don't know if there is.
let me see. Let me check. Okay, you are up. Good.
All right. So thank you so much, guys. Can I get 3 headlines? I would want to read the first 3 headlines that you guys are going to share. That is from the assignment that I gave yesterday, and give reviews to those 3 headlines. So if you did the assignment yesterday, if you did yesterday's assignment, it doesn't mean that you did it yesterday. If you did yesterday's assignment, please type in your headline section. I would love to give a review before we proceed. Executive assistant, personal assistant, B2B sales appointment setting specialist, 7+ years of experience from SEO support. Oh, from CEO support to regional sales leadership. So mix of sales and virtual assistant and setting all in one. Still confusing? Please narrow down because I've read 3 careers in your headline section. Customer success, I help growing uh, I help growing businesses reduce customer churn and take pressure off their teams by proactively managing customer support, CRM workflows, and client relationships. Um, engineer for growing business repetitive operations into intelligent systems. I help systems to serve. Well done, Adeola. I'm a Kenyan. Please, if I butcher your Nigerian names, forgive me in advance. So this one is well done, Adeola. Executive assistant, executive support management, business operations, helping for streamline workflows. Great. Well, executive operations support, helping founders save time, streamline operations, and deliver extra experiences. Well done, Oluch. Administrative assistant, data entry specialist, helping busy founders and coaches to save time and taking care of administrative data and record keeping work so that they can stay organized. Legal virtual assistant, this is well done. All right, sorry, I'm not able to mention your name. I don't want even to try. Legal virtual assistant, personal injury case management, and support, administrative support, helping PI attorneys to focus on winning cases. So, most of you really like over explaining your. When I help people in interviews, tomorrow I even have an interview preparation. One thing that I keep on telling people is that don't overemphasize on whatever it is that you're trying to sell. You know, sometimes you write a statement and you feel like, I don't think they really understand. This is too short. I need to add more words for me to look serious. My dear, they are listening to you. They know what you are offering. You don't need to go above and beyond to over explain yourselves. So don't do that. So thank you so much, guys. I'm going to speak in the next like 53 minutes. And then after that, we are going to have a Q&A session that we're going just to discuss the things that we my. So if you have any question, just feel free to type it in the chat box. We'll be able to pick it up at the end of the session and be able just to answer whatever it is that you need to answer. As for now, you can listen in, and thank you for those who have just contributed to the headline section. So let's start. The first one is how to build authority, create content, and grow your visibility. That is what we're going to do. Yesterday we did positioning, and we did LinkedIn optimization. And I think I gave you tips on how to optimize your LinkedIn accounts. I hope that you're not going to sit on the knowledge. You have access to the recording. So in case you missed out something, you can just go back to the recording and see how each and every section of your LinkedIn is supposed to be optimized. And then also we talked about strategic positioning. How do you position yourself and identifying clients? So today you're going to talk about how to create content and how to grow your LinkedIn. How to get remembered, and then how do you get trusted, and then finally how do you get to be hired. All right, that is what we're going to talk about. So yesterday we built the foundation of everything. Everything lies on that. And I normally say, guys, this middle part, that is the posting, you can skip it. I always say that you can actually just decide to, and that is what we will be doing in the 30 days challenge. You can actually decide just to optimize your LinkedIn and then skip to the next part, which is now pitching to the clients. But if you want to build your personal brand to also increase your reach, it's going to be something that is going to help you through that. So yesterday we worked on your positioning, we worked on your ideal client, how to actually define your ideal client and know what you're offering in the marketplace and who you're dealing with. We talked about your headline section, and I think I've just gotten some feedback on how you guys thought about the headline section. I taught you and trained you on how to do an about section. All right, an ideal about section. We talked about the keywords, where to place them, your profile, and where to put your services. And so today we are going to take the next step after optimizing. What next? Recently, when I optimized someone's LinkedIn, I remember I optimized. By the way, I got some feedback from some of you yesterday, and I remember having conversation with some of you through phone calls just to get some of the feedback. And someone asked me how did I get all that knowledge uh, to teach on LinkedIn? It's because this is a lived out experience. I have personally reached out to people on LinkedIn. I have personally posted on LinkedIn. I do 4 posts in a day. There's a time that I was doing 7 posts. There's a time that I was doing 3 posts. There's a time that I was doing just only 1 post. So depending with time, with seasons, you choose. So currently I do 4 posts in a day. One at 6 a.m. Kenyan time, another one at 8 a.m. Kenyan time, and then another one at 10 a.m. Kenyan time, and then the other one at 12. Why? I'm targeting different audiences that have different time zones. And so the answer that I gave that person is because this is a lived out experience. I have been doing this thing for a long time. I have been optimizing people's LinkedIn's. When I talked about positioning and optimizing your LinkedIn, I have done over 1,000. If I open that LinkedIn and then I log out, you will see the amount of accounts, the number of accounts that are popping. There are over 1,000 accounts that have been able to optimize on LinkedIn. Equally, I have also an assistant who helps me with that. So that means that we've done over 1,000 um, profiles that we've optimized. So when we speak about this, we speak from that experience of optimizing and packaging people and helping them to get roles on LinkedIn. One of the story that I normally give is a Swahili teacher who I optimized her LinkedIn account. And after 2 months of posting, we were posting 3 times in a week. We were scheduling content for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. After 2 months of consistently doing that, she got a role as a Swahili teacher online. And that was the least. And actually, when I was approached, that was one of my first clients that gave me a lot of courage. When I was approached and she told me that she wanted me to help her to land a role on LinkedIn, I asked myself, how, my dear? How do you want me to actually help you to land a role with this career? Are you not willing to do something like virtual assistant, like graphic design, like customer service, these common things that are online? Why are you choosing a career that is so difficult for me to get? But I said, let me try. It doesn't cause any harm. And so I tried. We optimized her LinkedIn, and then we scheduled content. The other things that when you have such clients, you don't need to be on their LinkedIn every day unless you're doing the comment sections. But unless you're doing comment sections and pitching, but just through posting, she landed a role to train someone on Swahili, someone who was coming outside the country in Kenya, and she wanted to stay in Kenya for a while in the coast region. And so that person got to reach out to her to just teach her Swahili. And through that, she has got the person has referred her to many people. And that is how LinkedIn actually works out. If you get one client, and you do a good job, they're going to refer you over and over. And it's normally very easy to get a referral than to get a new client. And I know you guys can really attest. Those of you who have gotten clients, you can attest. Getting a new client is very hard. But if you get a client and then you do a good job and they refer you, it makes your work very easy. So your work is going to speak for you. And so today we are just going to take that next step. What did I do with this Swahili teacher? What did I do to position her on LinkedIn the way I positioned her until she got a role? So how did we get her to be noticed by that person? So this is your journey. A potential client usually moves through first seeing you. So they need to see you first. And I told you yesterday that your name comes and then below it is the headline, right? Below is a headline. So I've noticed that I'm speaking most West Africa. Swahili is a language in Kenya, in the East African community, where it's, I think, secondary. The first one is English, and then I don't know if the first one is Swahili or English next. most likely Swahili first and then English next. So that is a language that is very common this side. So the first thing is that client needs to see you. Is your profile being seen? Are you in people's DMs? Are you in people's comments? Are you in people's posts? Where are you? Or you are just scrolling? Are you the one who is just scrolling through? All right. Very important to understand that. The second part is that they need to notice you. And that is now comes with the headline. Your name, and then below it there's a headline. So that needs to come. And then after that, consume your content. If they go your content, what are they saying about you? Are they seeing you as someone who is really offering the solutions to the people or not? And then after that, they're going to your content, and then they're going to check your profile. Let's check now your profile, and then they go to the about section. This person really understand what is it that you are doing. Do you really understand what you're doing? And that a conversation, and then from that conversation, they're going to whole circle actually how a potential clients move. So your profile helps you to convert attention. Your content and networking helps you to create that attention. So you need to know that when you put out your content, are you creating an attention? When you're networking, are you creating attention to yourself? Are you bringing attention to yourself? And then after that, is your profile helping you to convert? You can be posting, but if your profile is not helping you to convert, my dear, you are losing clients. So the biggest misunderstanding that people have is that maybe to go viral. I need to go. No, you don't need to go viral. You don't need. You just need to be visible to the right people. So don't have 10,000 random views. All right. For me, my LinkedIn nowadays, I have around 10 to 15K impressions. I'm not someone who is going to post, and I think you guys even see my content on LinkedIn is very different. I don't post today. I've made 150. There's a time that I hit 200 impressions in one day. But I don't post that I've gotten 200 impressions in one day because that is not the goal. For me, I want clients. I don't want random impressions. I don't want random views. I don't want to boast on people that, okay, now I have 12,000 impressions. So what am I supposed to, what are they giving me jobs of anything about that? The only thing that I normally celebrate is the number of people that have followed me on LinkedIn because I feel like my community is growing and people are now trusting my voice more. All right. When I got my first client, I had less than 1,000 followers. Less than 1,000. I remember they were around 860 something, even a screenshot of it. I had 816 something people when I got my first client on LinkedIn. Secondly, when Swahili teacher got a role, I got her account when it was still at 30 connections. I helped her to grow the connections to about 600 connections, and that is how she landed her first role to teach Swahili. So you don't need 1,000 followers to start. You don't need 1,000 random. They are good. I normally say 500 connections and above, it's good, but you don't need random. You need strategic connections. So don't just go and connect. Now you see this person that you've worked with at a job or you are together in internship, you go and connect with them. Please no. Connect with your ideal clients, and every week, sorry, you have 100 connections maximum. You cannot connect to more than 100 connections. So when you're connecting with people, connect with your ideal clients, connect with decision makers in your industries, connect with founders, connect with recruiters, connect with business owners. All right, connect with referral partners, because when you connect with them, it will be very easy to produce conversations, and conversations are the things that now produce clients. All right. You see that from home that you know that you already have their WhatsApp now. Don't go and connect with them on LinkedIn. If they have a job, they are going to call you. If they have a job for you, they're going to do what? To WhatsApp you and give you that job. Okay? If you're going on LinkedIn, you're going to strategically connect. You see that colleague of yours that you are with in the office, you already have WhatsApp number, you've exchanged numbers. They are going to call you if there's an opportunity. So leave them out. Unless they send you a connection request, you accept. But if not, leave it. So let's talk about a personal brand. Let's brand before we start talking about visibility on LinkedIn. So personal brand, what is a personal brand? A personal brand is just what people associate with your name. What are you known for? That is your personal brand. So when someone hears your name, what immediately comes to their mind? You need to ask yourself that when someone hears your name. In personal brand is not just on social media alone. As we're going to see, personal brand even is in personal life. All right. As I told you yesterday, I took some feedback, and one of them was able to do this. It was number one, I said I have done this for a long time. Number two, I always believe that you cannot lead people to where you have not led yourself. And I remember making that statement. You cannot lead people to wherever you've not led yourself. And so a personal brand does not mean just a representation of who you are on social media. If you're given the job, are you able to deliver? I recently reached out to someone on LinkedIn who needed, I think they were doing something with positioning and everything around that. And I remember texting, I don't know if they're going to join this session because they're a Nigerian. And I saw such a good, they have presented themselves so well on LinkedIn. And I felt like that is what I felt, guys. I felt like he was doing so on my comments, on my DMs. No, not on my DMs. He was on my comments, giving validation on my comments section, and he was giving those valuable insights. And so in my mind, I was like, I think this person can do the job that I'm looking for him to do. You see? And what I did is that I sent them a message and I told them uh, in my I have an opportunity for you. Could we please schedule a meeting and then we meet and discuss in depth and see if it actually fits you. You see, and then he was like, okay, I'm available. And then I told him to book a Calendly. I sent him a Calendly link and then he booked a. When he booked a meeting, for me, I didn't have his WhatsApp number. It's just that LinkedIn. I never showed up for the meeting. And up until today, he has never followed up. He's still in my comment section doing the best that he knows. Never actually even reached out to ask me how the meeting went. I don't know what his expectations were. Is he not looking for opportunities? What's going on? I totally don't understand. Maybe his goals are different. The same way, building a personal life needs to reflect. If you're a consistent person who shows up in your private show up, and especially in the remote workspace, you don't just do things. You don't just say, I am going to work remotely. Then when you are given a job, you don't do the job, or you always have an emergency, or you have something that you're supposed to be doing, or you miss all the deadlines, or you spend the whole day on your bed scrolling TikTok while you're supposed to be working on a project that a client is waiting for. So this is what a personal round from how you post, how you reach out to people, your personal life, even your waking up time, everything around that revolves around your personal brand. All right. Because if you don't build the foundation, that is the secret part, it is going to show up on your LinkedIn. People are going to complain. We give you projects, you don't finish. We give you things to do and you don't finish. And that is how now you hear people's names are being tarnished. Uh, some companies have now closed their comment section because whatever they are publicizing and whatever you get in the back is not the same thing. So if you see someone who is doing such a thing, like for example, their comment section is blocked, or they are closing their comment section, or there's that, it's because their personal brand is behind them. And so comments of feedback, and sometimes things that actually keep it stable, all right, and be very serious people's job. So if you're a virtual assistant, a LinkedIn, a project manager, a designer, a media strategist, a payroll specialist, your goal should be memorable for somebody. Be memorable for something valuable, and you need to define what that thing is. So personal brands are not logos. Personal colors. I know you have good colors, even as you can see. According to the logo that I have a white background and some bluish things. It's good to have those colors. It's good to have that logo. It's not your professional photo. It's not your fancy banner. Those are visual. They are good and they're going to help you with the branding elements, but your personal brand is your expertise, plus your perspective, plus your personality, plus your consistency and your reputation. Those things have to be combined, all of them. So if your reputation is bad, you always miss the deadlines, my dear. Your personal brand is going to be it's going to leave a comment. And at some point you'll delete it, or sometimes you'll be busy to see that comment. You see, so that means that your work has to be very good so that when you present yourself on social media, you don't have a negative review about. I personally do that. My comment section is very open. For the longest, I've worked with people. All right. If I get a negative feedback, I take up and I decide to call that person and be able to just sort out issues with them and see how best I can be able to improve from the feedback they have given. So that means that your reputation down there is very important. Are you able to deliver the work? If you say the work will be ready tomorrow 12, will you get to 1 p.m.? You said the work will be ready tomorrow 12 p.m. and then you get to 1 p.m. you tell them, okay, sorry, I think I'll need more 24 hours. Okay, I need another. No. You have to deliver that work the time that you've given. And then your expertise. Are you skilled before you start building that personal branding? Or you just want to make noise on social media or on LinkedIn and you don't have any skills? And then what about your perspective? How do you think? All right. Are you someone who thinks that the customers don't have any right? If a client complains, you feel like that client is really starting you. That client is not satisfied with the work, or are you taking it as a feedback? Probably it was how you communicated. All right, maybe you are busy, not able to communicate back to the client on time, and then you take it who is complaining or someone, or you say, me, I'm always busy, and this client does not understand things. I have time for them every time. Are you that person, or do you have a different perspective of just saying that actually this is a feedback? Maybe I need to improve on my communication skills. Yeah. For those of you who are not text person, some of you are not text person. Maybe that is how the client wants to communicate. All right. And then your personality. What are you bringing to the company? What are you proactive? Are you going to give ideas and consistency? Are you showing up consistently on LinkedIn, up consistently in your client's work, or you're always disappearing? So that is how you build your personal brand. So these are the 4 pillars of the personal brand. I think I've talked about expertise. It is what you know, perspective, what you believe, and especially when you're giving feedback and negative feedback, it's very important, guys. Even if you're high and above, you start earning a lot of money. Please, even if someone is paying USD, even if it's for USD, give them a good customer service. Don't tell them, now you're paying me the least amount of money and you want me to give you attention. Please, just give it's their money. You don't know how much they have spent to do that, to get that money. And then personality, how do you communicate? All right. And then proof, what have you achieved? So with these 4, you become consistent, your personal brand becomes unforgettable, and you become recognizable. All right. You become recognizable when you are able to build your personal brand on these 4 pillars. What are you known for? So you need to ask yourself, when people see your name, what do you want them to think? And let me tell you, it is not built on 6 months. You can spend 6 months building, and people don't know. It's okay. But you can spend years, like almost 2 years and a half. I'm almost getting into the 3rd year, building my personal brand around remote work. And this year is when I have felt, actually this year around May, is when I have felt that actually now people have gotten to understand who I am after all those years of building. So you can build for 6 months and people will not understand. And that is why most people quit. So don't quit and say, let me start another thing. Because when you start another thing, you start from scratch again. They again have to master. So you have to build and make sure registered in your blueprint that anytime someone picks up a phone and they want to look for someone to consult in a certain field, you're the one who comes in. So for example, for me, I'm known for remote work. So I know that people network, when they think about someone who they can consult about a work or something, they pick up their phone and they call me. Probably Sarah is known for LinkedIn lead generation. All right. Are people around your circle on your team, are they able just to reach out to you when they have an issue and they want you to help them with lead generation? James is known for project management, David for AI automations. So don't try to be known. I did the views of the headlines, and there's someone who I told that I have read 3 different careers. Could you please choose one? Because being known for everything is not going to help you to get into a role. You need to be stuck into people's assistant, and she done so well in assistant proceed with her. So build your expertise, build gained in that expertise. So let's talk about the content strategy. What should content help potential employers, potential clients to just this one question, actually what they're talking about. Do you know what your offer marketplace? So your profile is going to say, I can help you. I can help you. If I come to a profile to say, I can help you. I can help you. All right, I've gotten feedback that I'm breaking. Emanuela?
Well, I can hear you well enough. So I guess it's from their network.
I'm breaking.
Um, let's see. Can you be? Let me. I'm coming. Yes, you're breaking. Okay, maybe you can go off and come back in. See.
Okay.
Okay, guys. While we are waiting for her, I saw some questions. Someone said, "How can he reach me directly?" I always advise the easiest way to reach me is through LinkedIn. Just look for me on LinkedIn and send me a DM. I might not respond to you immediately, but before a few days, you will definitely see my response. Let's see. Okay. And someone else said, okay, I think she's back. Yeah, she's. Welcome back.
Thank you so much. Please confirm now if I'm better. And thank you for the person who has raised an alarm, because I think she's used another channel. She has used another channel to give that information.
And to say I can hear you well enough from my end. So anyway, yes, they much better, so they can hear you. Yeah, it's better now.
Nice. Thank you for that feedback. I think people in my community are here and they know how to capture my attention. Thank you so much. So your profile, from where we stopped, content strategy, why should you create content? It's going to help clients. Does this person really talking about? So can help you. Your content here is how I think. And then else are going to prove other people trust me. And I'm going to show you how to integrate all these 3 things into your profile. Because already we have said your profile you optimized yesterday, or we talked about profile optimization yesterday. I'm sure some of you have not actually optimized the profile. And then your content is going to prove how you think and how you're solving the problems, how you think when there's a problem. And then lastly, testimonials are going to help to prove that there are other people who trust you with work. So content is supposed to be a free sales demonstration where you get problems and then you share them on on your LinkedIn. So if you're a designer, instead of I am a great graphic designer, you show them how you are a great graphic designer. So you tell them a before of a flyer that you got and an after you are able to do that and transform it. Virtual assistants, you show them a before of how an email or how a business was overwhelmed with administrative work, or how a business owner didn't have any idea on how to run the business, and then an after. And then you need to explain. Here is why I changed the layout, and you need to demonstrate your expertise. And you can do that through text, through an image, a video. Nowadays, even LinkedIn accepts videos. Do that. All right. So that is something that you need to check on when you are doing the content. You want people, you are a graphic designer, but you're showing them your expertise. So stop posting just to post. Some of you wake up and say, okay, I need to post on LinkedIn. They say that I need to post on LinkedIn. You just say, I need to post today. Guys, have a content system strategy. You see, for me, I've been traveling past, I don't know, last week. And so last week I didn't have time to actually sit down and schedule content on my LinkedIn. But I didn't even come online. But because I scheduled content, I was able to plan ahead. Plan ahead. Because sometimes it happen. We don't have the body. So you actually start by scheduling content. Sit down one day and schedule content for 3 weeks. Let me just show you something over. So this is my LinkedIn account today because I know my course is over. I'm going to content. This was the last post that actually I made because I knew by this time I could have hit the 12,000 mark. So what do? You come and create posts. Some don't know that is because someone schedule. You create post and then this is schedule for later. And you can actually be able to schedule for 3 months. You can schedule up until 31st, up until November 17th. That is the last part that you can schedule 3 months upfront. All right.
Joanne,
So
I think it's breaking
yes.
again.
So it's my network or what's going on?
Yeah, definitely your network. Yeah, it's breaking. Ooh. Okay. Let's wait for her to come back in. Let me check for more questions I can attend to. Oh, she's back.
Okay, I went to
Yeah, change location.
bring my network closer.
Oh, I see.
just my network button. I just
Oh,
went to
which
carry.
network are you using? Okay, local network to you, right?
Please call me. Video call me, I'll share with you.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, I just went to carry it from where it was. Please confirm.
Guys, confirm if you can hear her. So someone said you can toggle your airplane mode, maybe turn it off and turn it back on.
Okay. Please confirm in section.
Yeah, they say they can.
Naomi can.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm very patient. I'm very patient, so we still have more time. So in case it breaks, you tell me. We can always do something around it. So I stopped posting just for the sake of posting. because that is a bad content strategy. You're just telling yourself, I'm posting, I need to post today. All right. Um, you really need to ask your question, which is a better question for my client or my ideal client need to understand. So that means that your content needs to teach. It needs to teach the client. It needs to challenge the client. All right. And I'm going to show you how to challenge. And it needs to explain the client to the client. And sometimes when you are in this, you wanted to with so much complexity. Please explain and break down the information in a simpler term that a client can understand. Some of you are on LinkedIn, I've gone through your post, and whatever you are posting, my dear, I'm reading through it and I'm like, I can't even understand what this person is saying because you've decided to put in so much technical terms. All right, so explain in simplicity and then demonstrate and then simplify whatever it is that you're saying and then tell stories. Can you tell stories? And then lastly, can you build trust? Can you build trust with your audience? So, what do you post? People ask me, so what do I post on LinkedIn? You post 4 times in a day. What do you post? So, number one, you need to post educational content. Teach something. Teach something. Always remember to teach something. Educational content, I've seen someone say that it's because you are just educating. You're not bringing in storytelling when you're educating. You see, when you're doing something, you're supposed to, you don't just educate and say, 5 signs you need a virtual assistant, 5 signs your business is going down. You see, you're just educating without bringing in the scenario, and people connect with emotions. As you educate, can you connect with people's emotions also? And then experience, as you've worked as a virtual assistant, as you've worked in those different platforms that you've worked in, or as a customer support person, can you share what you've learned? Were you able to deal with a difficult client at some point? And then, how did you solve the problem? You have to share that story and how you solve that problem. And you give the client confidence that this is something that you're going to sort out into their business also. And then opinions. Tell people about what you believe. You see, sometimes we shy away from actually talking about our political stuff, our financial implications. Like for I know that I cannot go on social media and start giving people opinions on relationships or on politics. Those are topics that I say I'll stay away from. You know what? I can still go and talk about Gen Zs versus millennials. I can still go and talk about work burnouts. I can still go and talk about office politics. You see, office politics, not countrywide politics. There are things that I said I'm going to keep off. There are things that I said that I'm going to engage in. I can talk about the generational differences. What about the black taxes? So those are the things that I have evaluated and I've said these can be having opinions about. All right. Make another post on proof to show results. And then lastly, your personality. Let people know the person behind the expertise. If you go on my YouTube channel, in as much as I do a lot of educational content, I do some vlogs here, some random videos, just for people to see what is that is behind this person that is always educating them to have the personality. So the danger is this: if you focus on educational content alone, guys, your audience is going to be. So don't focus on content alone. Mix. Bring in your personality. Carry a meme from somewhere and post it on your LinkedIn. All right. Mix these things. And sometimes people overdo them. Don't also overdo. All right. Just bring in those things. If there's a situation that you need to sort out, bring it in. Probably you somewhere and you had an experience and it gave you a different perspective. Bring it in, but also don't exaggerate, because sometimes I normally feel people really LinkedIn. And I just want, okay, so what is the lesson out here? So don't also exaggerate. There's a difference between storytelling, and not everything should be told, or everything should be a lesson that should be shared on LinkedIn. Some of the things need to be kept under the water. So let's talk about the educational your ideal to know. So for example, if you're a virtual assistant, you can talk about 5 tasks every founder should delegate. Say 5 tasks every founder should delegate. If you choose to take this format of content where you say 5 tasks, every founder should book, then just list the tasks. Don't have also a long paragraph that someone has to scan through and they're wanting to understand. But also bring this out in an emotional and relatable way because people connect to people. All right. So you can say, I recently met a founder who was struggling with different things, who was struggling with delegation. All right. They didn't understand what are the things that they needed to delegate. And so to evaluate their businesses, these are the things that I was able to evaluate, the 5 tasks that I saw that they need to delegate. And I can recommend this to every founder to just delegate. So you see, you do it in a different way. Don't just say 5 tasks. Don't just use that as the first hook because I'm so tired with such type of content on LinkedIn. So get worry. Even if you didn't meet at those 5 tasks, if we have even AI right now, you can use AI to be creative. You're an accountant. You have gotten 3 bookkeeping mistakes that are costing small businesses money. So you say you recently evaluated a business, a small business, and you notice some mistakes, and these mistakes have been very recurrent in so many small businesses. So you need to add these 3 mistakes, and then you explain the mistakes. You see, it's very different by just saying 3 bookkeeping mistakes, and then you list the mistakes. So be relatable, be emotional, and learn how to storytell. And you don't also lie, also exaggerate. All right? Don't exaggerate, and then don't lie. And I think you do the other two just the way I've done the first two. So expertise actually becomes visible through you teaching people on what it is that you are doing. The next content is the experience content. You don't need years of something valuable to say. You share what you've learned as you're learning that course, whatever course that you're taking. Share whatever you've learned. Share the mistakes. Share lessons from the clients. You see, if you had a tough client that almost scammed you, you can share your experience. If you went on Upwork and there's a client that requested you for a number, then you took him to in inbox or WhatsApp and it went haywire, you can share those lessons so that people can avoid the challenges that you overcame, the processes that you've developed through your career, and then the things that you wish you knew earlier before your journey. All right? Because sometimes we make mistakes when we start, but after that, you can actually be able just to correct as time goes. So experience creates relatability. Someone is going to relate and say, okay, this is the mistake I also made. Okay, these are things that I knew, challenges that I face in my business. So that means when I hire this person, they're going to help me with those challenges. So that is how they relate to that. And then open content. So don't just have education, just educating every day. A day, just bring in an opinion. For those of you who are good in commenting in people relationships, but you do it in a good. When you these things also don't sound very negative or don't sound like you're attacking the people. You can just give your opinion without look bad. Post it on LinkedIn. All right. It's about what you also believe. Believe that that person has done something that is not right, or your government is not doing the right thing. You can call it in a respectful way. All right. So you don't always be negative. You don't have to be attacking them when you're giving your opinion or your feedback up around them. All right. So an example. This is just an example of opinion content that is related to whatever it is that you might be doing. So, for example, your CV is not the biggest problem. That is opinion to people who keep on, or you don't need 1,000, 10,000 to get clear. This is an opinion to people who keep on saying is you don't have a certain amount of followers, or being busy isn't the same as being productive, because most founders, consultants, and coaches believe that they need to be busy for them to be productive, and they don't want to delegate those works. So you can challenge that opinion that they, all right, have a point of view. And when I was preparing you of you want to get them on LinkedIn, it needs you to also capacity, the capacity of your mind. And so that means that you need to listen to more you need to read books, you need to listen to news, so that when you're challenging, you're also challenging from a point of facts. All right, you cannot come to advise people and millennial, and the only thing that you know is that people are just challenging, that you don't have any opinion, you don't have any deeper understanding generations. You cannot come and advise people on black tax, and you haven't listened on people's stories taxes and how they were able to get out of them. So have a point of view, but also build your capacity outside your career. What are the other things listening? They're going to help you to post content on LinkedIn. And then proof content, where you don't just say you help businesses to grow, but show the receipts. You clients' results, you share the cases with the clients, the case studies that you've been able to handle. You share the testimonials. Please remember to take a testimonial from, share before and after the transformation, share the screenshots, the numbers, the projects, the lessons from the real work, because proof is going to claims that you're making into credibility. And from that, someone is going to do the job. And then there is now the personal content. People don't only connect with expertise, they connect with people. And I told you that people buy from emotions. So you can share your journey, you can share your, we have mistakes, you can share lessons. It's not your personal failure, you can share someone. You can share behind the scenes of whatever you are doing. You can share your career transition. How did you transit to get to? You can share your wins. You can share your struggles. You can share what really motivates you. But always ask yourself when you're sharing those things, what is your audience taking away from whatever it is that you're sharing? I saw someone's post on LinkedIn and I cringed so much. And I was like, okay, so what was the point of you posting? Did you just post for the sake of posting? Or what did you want us to take away from this? Because I think they posted something creepy about their wife. And I was like, oh my God, so why is he posting this on LinkedIn? I think this content should supposed to be in another, and mostly supposed even not to be posted. So also don't just post content for the sake of posting. Ask yourself, what is your audience going to learn from this? So the education content is the one that is going to buy you credibility. You have to put it more. Teach your expertise. Teach whatever it is that you are giving in the society. And then share your experience. You share your lessons. That takes the 20%. And then the proof. Share your results. All right. And then opinion to build your perspective. And then lastly, your personality, just to build the connection. If you are someone who is into memes, you can share memes. 10% of in post memes, or whatever it is that you would want to do. So this is just divided. The exact percentages not allowed, but don't make every post a sales pitch. You're always selling on each and every post. You're always selling on each and every post. Please don't make a sales pitch. And sometimes the educational content does not work because it feels salesy. Every time you have a link people need to tap to, you have something people need to go to, please, sometimes just give value. Just give value so that people can be attracted to you and they can come through for you. Sometimes you have no idea what to post. I have seen that. What if I don't know what to post? The secret. Your audience is already giving you content ideas. And this really works with me so well. If I don't have anything to post, I go on my LinkedIn comment section. I scroll and see, so what did someone ask? I can actually pick it and just make it a content. If I don't, I go on people's posts, people that are in the same field as me. Virtual assistance pages, those different people that are on LinkedIn that are doing virtual assistants. You go there on their pages, and what do? See what are the common questions that people are asking. All right, and be able to pick those questions and do them on your post on your end. All right, because the audience is already giving you ideas. And also listen to your audience. Sometimes you might be posting. For me, I normally schedule contents weekly, unless I have a traveling that is planned or I have a busy schedule that is planned. That is how that is when you'll get me scheduling a bulk of content. But for me, I normally sit down every day in a week just to schedule a 1 week's content, because I want to see. You see, when you post today about another thing, you need to be flexible. But if you are very rigid and say that this is my content plan in 3 months, and you're not changing anything about it, all right? People are talking about different topics. You're still stuck on the before topic. Yeah, people are already moving on to another. There's something that is trending right now. Probably there's something that happened in the country. People are focused on that. You have your content schedule that has to go. It was planned. No, you need to be very flexible, and so don't also be very rigid when you're scheduling. Just to say that no, I'm scheduling for 3 months and I'm willing. No, you have to and be able just to pick some posts, remove them there, add some sections, add some insights, because insights are changing. Your audience are asking for different. Someone asked a question in your DM, a post tomorrow or a day after tomorrow to explain that. So go and look at whatever your audience is saying. Or your audience is already communicating. What is it they want from you? In your own cocoon, stuck in your own thinking, saying this is what I want to post. No, you post whatever your audience is listening wants to listen to. So are asking the mistakes that people are making. The things beginners probably misunderstand in your field, the problems that you solve repeatedly. What are the problems that you solve repeatedly? Talk about those problems, the conversations that you've had in different rooms, or if you go on YouTube podcasts, that what are people saying about those careers? Because right now there are a lot of people on different things. What about the comments that you receive? Something there I can pick from there, and then the lessons that you've learned in your career so far is something that you can pick, and the common industry myths. All right, what is it that you can that every question can become a post if you decide. Okay. So hook is the first line. So your first line really matters when it comes to network, when it comes to LinkedIn posts. So your first sentence has just one job: to make people want to read the second sentence. That is the first line is supposed to do. People need to be interested to continue reading. And so don't start with these common things. Today I want to talk about, or I'm excited to announce, or in today's world. Please look for an eye-capturing hook when you're writing your LinkedIn post. Instead, you need to actually create a curiosity. It brings a lot of tension and commotion. Bring in a lot of tension and commotion on the hook so that people can be interested to read, and then create relevance, and then create a strong opinion. Like when someone reads your hook, they can actually be able just to differ with it and bring in another opinion and say, no, this is wrong. I don't think I agree with that first statement. And be very strategic. You don't need to publish a post every day to become visible. You can become visible by leaving comments. Just start commenting. Even if you're not here, you've not started posting, you're still thinking about posting, you can start by the comment section, because that is how I also started. Instead of saying great post, so true and absolutely, for those who say such things and people's posts, right, to add insight, going to tell you, and are going to challenge idea respectfully, and are going to give an example, and are also going to ask a thoughtful question. So that is where you get your ideas of. When you read, ask insight to have a relevant story to challenge the idea in a respectful manner, because you can challenge. You're allowed to challenge. And how can I give example, or how can I actually ask a thoughtful question? Comment on people's posts, because when you comment, algorithm pushes. LinkedIn algorithm works with commenting, so it pushes and it pushes you. Sorry, I think the western from the western part of Kenya, so S and sh. Sometimes they confuse me. So it is going to push your content to another audience that you might not have connected with. So try as much as possible to comment. And then network. LinkedIn, as I told you yesterday, people hired. These are all on LinkedIn network. Stop thinking about connections do I have. Just thinking about who knows me, who understands what I do, who will recommend me. And 100 relevant relationships can be more valuable than 1,000 or 10,000 random connections. So be very strategic. I think I talked about connecting and reaching out to people on LinkedIn. And so you have to be very strategic when you are reaching out to people on LinkedIn. There are 4 types of networks that you need to have. The first one is don't buy. Those are the first people. Number 2, referral partners. Those are people who can actually introduce you to potential clients. You also need to connect with them. And then you need to have peers, people that are doing the same thing that you're doing, because you'll be able to learn insights from them, be able to learn their challenges, their mistakes, and then people who can expand, people who can build your relationships with all the 4 that have been mentioned here. And then this is the relationship ladder. If you're building a network on LinkedIn, the first point is that they don't know you. And then they start by recognizing your name. Okay, they are seeing your name everywhere. You are on their posts, you're on their comments, you are on their DMs, whatever it is that you're doing. And then they go and start consuming your content. If you're someone who posts their content, or if you've connected with them, that content is going to pop on their page. And then after that, they are going to start now engaging with you, probably by commenting, by liking your comments, your content, or by DMing you, or whatever way that they're going to choose to engage with you. And that is where the conversations are going to be born. You're going to start to be talking to them about your expertise and skills. And then from that conversation is where now they are going to buy trust from you. And then after that, they're going to hire you on. Jump from level 1 to level 7. And I see that all the time. Someone sends you a connection request, and the next thing they want you is to give them a job. And I've seen you in my DMs yesterday, because I opened all the DMs that you guys sent me from this session. If you're just knowing me, guys, you cannot be jumping me referring. I don't have the confidence of referring you if I've just met you. What if you are a scammer? What if you're someone who, okay, I haven't said you're a scammer, but what if that happens? It's my brand that is going to be at stake. So don't jump from 1 to 7. And I don't think someone is going to hire from that. So connect with people, please. Connect, start a conversation with them. If you're pitching to them, do it in a manner that is conversational. Don't just virtual assistant, could you just refer me? Just have an opportunity there. There's someone in my DM who is, I think, went to my YouTube channel, and she noticed that probably my thumbnails were not good. I don't know if they were on my WhatsApp. And she told me she gave me a complex language, but after Meta AI, it was able to me that she was trying to pitch to help me with the YouTube thumbnail. You see, but next English, I'm just wondering, even if I had a job, could I have even considered to take her in with this complex English that she has used? Because now she's using, I don't know what those numbers are in the message. And then I think I chose not to answer. Me question marks. Like she's questioning that message. Question marks. I open question marks. The next day I open question marks. And now I'm wondering if that is how you are pitching. How are you going to get clients if that is how you're going to pitch? Like, I don't have your number. We don't know each other. And then now you're coming and giving me some complex English. I know you are an expert in whatever it is that you're doing, but when you're reaching out and talking with people, please simplify your language. We don't know. I honestly don't know how UX, UI design things are set up. I don't know those technical languages. Please don't come and tell me, even if I need a UI UX designer, don't come with those technical, I will not understand. I will not. As a website designer, come with simple English to understand. All right. But also don't jump from level 4 with someone. If they want if you want them to hire you, please create a relationship with them. It's very level. And this is the visibility equation, sorry. Visibility, consistency, plus the connections and the conversations in your DM. And tomorrow we are going to talk about the conversations in the DM. Because guys, as I even taught you about posting, and most of you can attest, you've been posting for almost 2 years. You've been posting on LinkedIn every day since the year began. And I can assure you that if I do a poll right now, I've been posting, have not gotten any clients. Why? Because it's not just about posting alone. It's also the conversations in the DMs. What are you telling people in the DMs? What are they doing? What are you guys doing in the DMs? Don't just post and wait for people to come. And you're the one looking for a role. You don't know who told people that you just post and wait for people to come. You're the one who is waiting for the role. So you have to go in for that role. Talk to them. Pitch. Right? When you follow up, you don't follow up with the questions. You follow up with a professional message. Don't follow up with a question mark. And then from there, when for a meeting, link. Don't wait. Some people have been asked, okay, we can schedule a meeting, and they're also waiting for the client to come back and ask and say, okay, now I'm ready for the meeting. No, you're the one supposed to share the calendar link and follow up. You're the one looking for the job, not him, not her. So please, who is looking for a job and not the boss. Some of you are behaving like the bosses. You're like, I can't follow up on, but you're the one looking for a job, not them. All right. So you don't need one viral post. You just need a repeated exposure to the right people. So keep on exposing yourself to the right people. So thank you so much, guys. My apologies about it now. Please. Thank you so much. My apologies again about the network. I hope tomorrow it will be better. Over to you.
Okay, thank you so much, Joanne. Um, I appreciate you, and I appreciate what you're doing for us. You know, um, oof. So we have some questions here. I wanted to um, do a summary of everything you said, but we might as well be doing that while we are going through the questions, because some of these questions are going to make us go back to some of the things you talked about, and I'm going to put in my 1 or 2 opinion. Okay. So
That's okay.
Victoria that said that she's still confused. Victoria, can you drop a comment and tell us exactly what you are confused about or what is confusing you? Okay. Um, so we have questions. I'm trying to go to some of the questions I saw. Okay. All
But
right.
today you just, if you're
Yeah,
still
but I need to understand
confused, if you're attending
what
all
her
the
confusion is all about. I just need to understand what her confusion is all about. Okay, someone said the educational content on LinkedIn seems not to be getting a lot of attention. I know you talked about this when you were teaching, but then I will not agree with this person. I think educational contents are doing so well on LinkedIn, but it all depends on your strategy. How are you educating? It's just like when a teacher in the classroom, when a teacher comes into the classroom and they start teaching, if the teaching is boring, nobody is going to listen to them. So I know Joanne said you have to, um, use some storytelling. Good. You can also use illustrations. You can use personal experiences. You can tell one or, in fact, it boils down to storytelling. I see a lot of content on LinkedIn that you are doing an educational content and then you are just talking. Nobody, in fact, a lot of people these days don't read. A lot of people don't read. Also, people on LinkedIn, they don't read. And most of the time, they are going to jump your content when they see it. And that is why it's usually advised that the first two, maybe the first sentence you make in your content should be a hook. It should be something that is going to draw them in to want to read more. Okay, so storytelling, use good hooks. And when you are writing, don't jam pack it. Use white spaces so that it's easy for the eye to read, like it's easy to read. Okay. What other things can you do to improve your content writing? You can bullet points, use short sentences, don't use long paragraphs. Okay, so it makes it easy for people to read your content at a glance, because people don't have the energy, they don't have the enthusiasm to sit and read. And then if you can make your content short, nothing too long, something they can read within 2 minutes, that's still good. So it's not about educational content. If you go to my LinkedIn, I do mostly educational content and people read it. Now, you can tell me that you are not getting good visibility or maybe good impressions. I will understand that, because it now depends on who is in your network, who you are targeting. I know I've mentioned this in my community before, that when I post, sometimes I think the highest comments I usually get, sometimes 30 something, sometimes 40, sometimes 20, sometimes 15. And I don't care, because what? I know my ICP, I know people I'm targeting, and I know that these people hardly comment on people's posts. It doesn't mean that they're not seeing my post. They are. They're reading it, they're noticing me, they're noticing my brand, but they will not comment. Most times it's usually my fellow freelancers that usually comment on my posts. And other times you might see my ICP comment on one or two occasions. And that is only when maybe that particular post touched them or touched a particular problem they have, that they cannot just skip. So it doesn't mean that your people are not seeing your content. I think what is even more important on LinkedIn is impressions. How many eyes saw your post? That is what is more important, and not the comments and the likes. Yes, I know the comments and like helps to boost your visibility, because the more people comment, the more LinkedIn pushes your content to other people. But then you can't force those things. And then it boils down to your mentality. When you're on LinkedIn, you have to tell yourself why like, you have to agree with yourself and advise yourself, because if you're on LinkedIn, you can easily give up, being that you see a lot of achievements around you, a lot of celebrity posts. People are always celebrating one thing or the other, and then to you, you are posting, nobody is liking, nobody is commenting, and then you are seeing people celebrating getting jobs and other things like that, and then you give up, but you are doing yourself. Okay. So that is why I always advise, if you're going to succeed on LinkedIn, you have to first of all know that things are not going to go exactly how you want it to go. There was also a time I told people in my community that right now on LinkedIn, I think I have about 16,000 or 17,000 followers. I'm not sure. But then I told you guys that if you check my follower list, about 80% are my ICP. They are my ICP. They are people I connect with every day. And then maybe 20% of my connection of my followers are my people like you and me, freelancers, remote workers, agencies. You understand? But then I know that, okay, there is no way, because first of all, what is supposed to push your content is your first connections, which is people you are connected with. Majority of people I'm connected with, they don't comment on posts. You hardly see business owners on LinkedIn, like they will sit down and be commenting on people's posts. They hardly do that. Or C-level executives, you hardly see them comment. Even if you see them comment, it might be on a post of someone they have connected with on a personal level. Okay. On few occasions that these people um, comment on my post, or my ICP that usually comments on my post on occasions are people I've connected with on personal level, probably in my inbox, or I've worked with them in the past. Then the other ones are just so random. Okay, so there is no way, because just like I was saying, your first connection is supposed to push your contents before people in your second connection or third connection, I mean, yeah, will see that particular content. Now you have connected with people that for in my own case, most of my first connections are people that hardly comment on people's posts now. So when I post, it's only a few persons that are going to comment, and then there is no way LinkedIn will push my contents. Now, if you go to my LinkedIn, you'll see that the posts that I've done so well are usually when I talk about Upwork or maybe one or two freelancing tips, then it will boomerang, because what, my people like you and me will come and, oh Ella, congrats, oh Ella, tell me more, and then LinkedIn will push it to more people, because to LinkedIn algorithm, it means more and more people are interested in this post, and then they will push it. So when you post educational posts, don't expect it to have so many likes and comments, except you are a LinkedIn influencer, which you are not, and which I'm not praying for you to be, except if you are a social media manager. That is when I can pray that, oh God should make you an influencer. You understand? But if you're like me, that you have your target audience, and those target audience are businesses, they are maybe companies, then you should be praying for is clients, that the right eyes should see your content, and not people should like and comment, because it doesn't help you. Joanne, I know Joanne said when she got her first role on LinkedIn, her follower list was below 1K. Me, when I got mine, I was also below 1K. I was. Now there are a lot of things that plays out here, okay, but it starts from your mindset. It starts from you not having what is it called, mm, you know, not looking at people or trying to imitate people. If you're on LinkedIn, you must have a strategy and you must have a goal. Set goals for yourself. Tell yourself that, okay, I'm going on. Okay, I'm even happy that Joanne is doing a challenge this time around. I'm going on a 30-day challenge. I told you guys when I got two clients at the same time when I started out. 3 months after I started posting on LinkedIn, I started posting in June 2022, and then I got my first two clients in September 2022. Now I went on a 30-day posting challenge. If you go to my LinkedIn and scroll back to 2022, you will see that challenge. And because at the end of the challenge, I made a post to tell them that this is what I achieved within 30 days of consistent posting. What did I achieve? I gained two clients. I gained a mentor. Yes, someone came into my DM, a high profile someone that I'm still in contact up till today. He came into my DM. He loved what I'm doing. He told me he loved what I'm doing. He wanted to get to know me, and that is how he started mentoring me. And this person is part of why I am where I am today, because he gave me advice then, and he still advises me up till today. So those are what I got from that 30-day challenge. I started the challenge, I think, middle of August into September. Okay. So when you're on LinkedIn, you must have a strategy. You must have confidence to be on your own. You must uh you mustn't be there just because of likes and comments, because you'll be disappointed and you give up.
Mm.
Okay. So for the person that is saying educational content is not doing well, it is doing well. It is doing well, because when I post educational content that is relevant to, my ICP, they do come into my DM. Someone will tell me that, oh, I love the post you made today. This. I'm experiencing the same thing in my business. Most times they are not going to hire you. They are not. They might just come in and they want to hear more, or they want to know how you can how they should go about a problem or the other. But then it makes me happy that someone like this trusts my advice about their business. And that is enough proof that the right eyes is seeing my business. And these people, even though initially they might not hire you, they just need your advice on how to resolve one or two business problems. But then tomorrow, when they want to hire, believe me, you are going to be the first person to come into them, like they are going to reach out to, because what, they know you can do it. They already know you, they already understand what you do, they know your brand, they know that you're already an authority in what you do, and they're going to reach out. Okay, so educational content does well. Let's see the next ones we have. Where can we get the common questions our ideal clients are asking? If we hardly get any engagements on our contents, imagine having only 2 likes and 1 comment which says well done. How do we find it?
But do you
Joanna,
comment? Do you comment on other people's because LinkedIn is just very simple. Comment on other people's
yeah,
posts and you then comment and to gain traction. So when you comment people's posts, they're going to comment to yours, and it's going to gain traction to push, just the way Ella has said, to push your content to the people who are connected, who are on your second connection list. And those people are the ones who are going to come with the questions. Now, I have given different scenarios. Number one, on your comments. Number two, on your DMs. You can get the questions in your comments, in your DMs. If you don't have any, you go on people in your career, the ones who are getting the comments and the questions and the engagements. Go and research and see what are the questions that are being asked on their posts, and use those questions to make posts. Over to you, Ella.
good. Now, for this person, you know, I used to, okay, when I was working today, there was something I was working on, and then it occurred to me that I could use AI and do this thing, you know. And then I did it within a few minutes, I was done. So I was not like, I'm lucky. We are lucky that we are in the age of AI where it helps us do our work better and make things faster for us, you know. So for this person, you are not getting comments, you don't know where to find questions your target audience are asking. Speak to your AI. ChatGPT is free. Okay. Tell ChatGPT who your target audience are, your ICP. I see someone asking what is an ICP. Is your ideal client profile, your ideal client profile. Who is your ideal client? Who is your target audience? So talk to ChatGPT. Tell ChatGPT, this is who I'm hoping I'm targeting, or who I'm hoping that would hire me. Can you help me, like, sometimes I even tell ChatGPT or my AI to do research for me. Go online, search for what these people are looking for, search for the kind of problems they have. It will do it for you.
Sure.
It will do the research, it will go on Google, it will check Google, it will check all these public social media posts. It will check it for what your ideal audience or your ideal client is looking for. And then you have gotten the questions. Then another way you can do it is maybe people in your niche who are getting the traction, the engagement. You can go on their posts, look through their comments, and see if you can find 1 or 2 questions there as well. Okay, once you have built authority, it will get to a point where these people are going to be coming to you. They will come to your DM. You might not see those questions in your comments. They will come to your DM because sometimes they don't want to ask those kind of questions in your in your comments. Or maybe if you deal with kind of confidential stuff, they will not want to talk about them in your comments. They will come to your DM. Okay, so once you have built authority, to get to a point where they will be coming to your DM, you are going to be getting content topics up and down, because even when you get clients and you start working, from your experience, from your day-to-day activity, from what is happening in the business you are working with or with the clients you are working with, you'll be getting content ideas and you'll be writing. So if you are not getting it now, talk to your AI. Okay, ask it, just explain who your ICP is, and then tell it to give you content, give you the questions and problems these people are asking, and it's going to do that for you. Or you can look for people in your niche, go through their comments, and you'll find the questions. All right. Can you show us how to schedule posting? All right, Joanne. Someone is asking you to show them how you schedule your contents.
I knew that that question would come even after I had
Yeah, I think you were
demonstrated.
doing it when you started breaking. So,
Yeah, you come here, this is the create post, and then you just type whatever you need to post, and then there is this button here, schedule. Let me again repeat, this is the button. Before post, there's a button here, schedule, and then you can choose a date up to 3 months, and you can choose time. It's just that simple. What to you, Ella?
okay. All right. Let's do formal questions. What do you do when your posts are not getting any views, reaction, or comments? I think this question has been answered, but you
It
can
has been
still
answered.
touch on
Actually,
it.
you've answered so well. Let me tell you guys,
Which is
use another platform to explain this. My TikTok account recently was shadow banned, and for 3 months, from May to up until mid of August, I used to post videos and I wasn't getting any views. It was not being pushed in anyone's FYP. I post a video, it takes 15 hours, it has 0 views. And you see, the people who will come and tell me you're doing a good job on TikTok, they could come and tell me I'm doing a good job on TikTok, and I've seen video has just gained 1 view or 2 views after many hours. Let me tell you, there's someone who is watching, there's someone who is seeing. You don't need to have all those views. You're not a celebrity who depend on views to earn. For you, you are looking for a client, and someone is watching whatever you're doing. So keep posting. Uh, yes, that is my advice. And I think Ella explained it very well.
so what is more important is not the comments, it's not the views, it's not the reactions, it is impression. And believe you me, whether you are getting just 10 impressions, someone is seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Those
Just
are
not
10 people. That
someone is
means you're
seeing
talking to 10
it. Yeah.
people in a room.
Now you guys can even imagine me. Joanna, I don't know your impression because you post how many hours, so many times a day. I post once every day, 5 days a week, sometimes four days a week. But then when you go through my post with the many followers I have and uh, connections I have, and you will see that I don't. On a good day, on a very good day, my engagement is usually like um 30 likes, maybe 20
Mm-hmm.
comments.
Mm-hmm. But your
But that does not mean
impressions?
I'm not closing deals every day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, every week, not every day. I'm closing deals. That does not mean that clients are not coming to my DM. They are. I told someone that um, whenever I'm ending a contract, whenever I'm ending a contract, I usually go on a 30-day challenge for me to get another client contact to replace the one that is just about to end. And believe you me, I always end the 30 days with new clients for it. So one thing I'm very sure is that there are enough clients on LinkedIn. It's just your positioning. It's just how you show up. It's just how you present yourself. Okay. So the comment, the reactions, they are not important. The most important thing is what you are putting out, what people are seeing. Okay. The impression you are giving. All right. So the next question says, how do you move past your post only? Oh, we've answered that. So guys, please work on your mindset. Just know that you are on LinkedIn, not to get
And
comments and likes. You are there to get clients.
let me advise
All
Janet.
right, go
Also,
on.
what are you posting? Are you posting complex things? Are you posting boring content that people are just skipping? Because also when someone reads your post and the next person also takes an attention and reads it, LinkedIn recommends those posts. So uh, also check your content structure. Is it boring or is it also engaging? Over to you, Ella.
Yeah. So I think because of this, I think I may have to do an additional day class, maybe on Saturday. Um where I'm just going to walk you people through how I write my contents and also how I plan my contents. So maybe it's going to help you guys a lot, because I know a lot of persons that have not started posting on LinkedIn. Some of them are posting, but they are not sure what to post. So because of this, I'm doing this because of everyone in my community, because I promised you guys that if you can't use Upwork, then you must use LinkedIn. Most times I always advise people to start from LinkedIn, because with LinkedIn, I'm sure if you do things right, you are going to get clients and you are not spending any money, right? So maybe on Saturday we'll do an additional class where I'm going to walk you guys through how I plan my contents and how I structure my contents, and we are going to write it and then you see it. Okay, so I don't want to see any other question about impressions, and maybe on Saturday we'll talk more about the mindset shift. Okay, so I have made peace with myself. Benson, okay, I posted consistently for 2 years and no client is a lie. Is a big lie. What were you posting?
But let me tell you, if you have been posting and you've not been reaching out to people, it can be true.
Anyway,
Because
we'll
it's
talk
not just
about that
about
one.
posting, you are dealing with, yeah, posting.
Yeah, they're posting and they're not creating
Please,
relationships.
please
You
network
are not
and reach out
creating
to people.
relationships.
Yes. I totally understand.
Talk
I'm so
about that
sorry for that
tomorrow.
experience. Don't lose interest. Don't give
Mhm.
up. Probably you just need a rest. And then also, my dear, if you're posting for 6 months and you haven't gotten anything, couldn't you just pause, strategize, and come back again and see what's working, what's not working?
Yeah,
If you do that for two
it
years,
still boils down to strategy.
yeah, you need to sit down and strategize. Now it's 2 years. Sit down and strategize
Mhm.
what is working, what is not working, but also have a plan on how to reach out to people now directly.
Yeah. So you see that reaching out to people, I wouldn't just call it reaching out to people. I call it creating relationships.
Yes.
Okay, because a lot of you go to people's DM and start pitching, I'm a virtual assistant, I'm a project manager, hire me. That is not reaching out to people. That is not creating relationships.
Mm-hmm.
I've created relationships on LinkedIn of people that on a normal day, I don't there's no way I can be found with these people in the same room. That is to tell you how high profile they are.
Mm.
But I've created relationship with them. And these are people that if tomorrow I tell them, oh, I'm looking for clients, they will be like, I have one or two people I can recommend you to. That is creating relationships. We'll talk about those tomorrow. Okay, we'll move on. Getting jobs in September. Amen to that.
Amen.
Please repeat the four types of people to network. Joanna, that is for you.
Let me just share that
Say you
screen.
should repeat the four types of people to network with.
We can move on. This is the screen. He can just
Yeah.
screenshot.
Okay. As someone who is new in remote workspace, when a client initiates interest to work with you, how do you start the consultation? How do you know what to discuss with the client and move forward?
We'll do that tomorrow.
Okay. So please, Helen, you can write out this question and ask it again tomorrow, okay?
Yeah.
Can a post I posted be reposted? Yes, so it can. A post you posted can be reposted.
Yes, it can.
You can show them how it's done, um, Joanne. Thank you
You
so
can
much,
actually
Joanne.
repost.
Another very loaded section. Yeah, you can. Even a
Mm.
post you made, you can still repost it. Okay, you can still
You
repost
can
it.
actually go to your post that you
I
made 2 years ago and start recreating them
Yeah,
back. If you don't have content that you made posts 2 years ago, you can start recreating those posts. Or this is the other thing that I normally do. Um, hey, it's a weird confession. But let me confess. I go and search for
confess.
remote work consultants, and then I go to the post that they made 1 year ago. I recreate them, not using,
Good.
not just do the exact post. Recreate. They are going to give you ideas. So many things to post on social media, guys. So many things. People have
Yeah.
been posting for 7 years.
So guys,
Yeah.
Joanne searches for remote work consultants because that is in her niche. That is what she does. So for you who is a project manager, you can search for project managers, see whatever they posted, copy it, go to your AI and, you know, remodel it, rebuild the post and post. Okay. So, how what do you do when your posts are not getting views? We've talked about it. Thank you so much for the amazing section. Um, when connecting, is safe to connect with just any niche or just people in your niche as a beginner? How do we start connecting?
I think
Okay.
share the four
So
types of
someone is asking if it's safe to,
networks that
for
you need to connect.
types of people to connect
For connecting,
with. So
referral partners, your peers, and industry authorities.
good.
Chidima.
And guys, there is still a percentage to the kind of when you connect with these people, there is still percentage of, you know, when they say connect with your peers are not going to answer, they're not going to employ you, they're not going to hire you. So you connect with them with sense, you know. Now you are going to potential clients. I remember when I told you of my connection list are my ICP. Okay, and that is why most times when I post, I don't expect my post to go viral or to get a lot of impressions or a lot of comments and likes, because I know people in my network. Now, you're going to connect more with them. And remember what I said: when you post, LinkedIn is going to first of all show your post to your first connection, and it's only when those first connection interacts with your post, that is when it will show it to their followers, and that is your second connection or your third connection. So if you connect with your peers, people in your niche, and when you post they don't interact with it, it will just die off. But if you connect with your potential clients and when you post, they see it but they don't comment, it's still a win for you, because your potential clients are seeing the post even though they didn't interact. It's still a win. Okay. So connect more with your potential clients, connect with referral partners, people that can introduce you. Sometimes that I connect with people who are not even my ICP, but I believe that this person has somebody that can hire me. You understand? For instance, I told you guys how I got a mentor when I was doing a challenge. I got a mentor. He doesn't even do remote work. This guy he's a CEO, right? He's a CEO, but he doesn't in fact he's a CEO who is also into so many other things, because I don't want to talk much more about what he does, but he's into so many other things. And he became my mentor. Now, this guy can introduce me to, people in his network which would have benefited me in one way or the other. It doesn't even have to be just remote work. If, for instance, if you're someone who is into remote work, maybe you're a project manager, but then you have the intention of maybe traveling out of your country, you can also connect with people that talks about those things, or people that or build relationship with people that can give you good tangible advice that can help that dream of yours. So it must not just be on what you do, but then just like I said, there should be a certain percentage. Okay, it has to be more of your potential clients, then um industry authorities. That is, if I'm telling you how I would do my own, let's say by 100% I would say 60% will be potential clients, 25% will be industry authorities, then the other 20, maybe 15% or 10% will be shared between referral partners and peers. You understand? So I hope that helps you when you're connecting. Right. Someone says is about the headline. What I really okay, yeah, this is Victoria that says she was confused. So it says it's about the headline. What I really want to know for what I really want to be known for, and more than one skill and experience. Okay, Victoria, if you have more than one skill, I told you guys yesterday about transferable skills, and I also told you guys yesterday of how I started as a content writer. Today, what I'm doing today has nothing to do with writing at all. Now, to me, it doesn't really matter. When a skill that is no longer serving you, just remove it. You don't need it again. Now, If I'm in your shoes, because I know you are just starting out and you are still confused on where to position or how to position. So if I'm to advise you, I would say sit down, ask yourself. I'm not even going to ask you to ask yourself what you love doing, because what you love doing might not bring money to you. So I'm going to tell you to ask, or let's say research what skills are paying more. Okay, what skills are paying more? Then when you have gotten all those skills that are paying more, look at your the list of skills you have and check what you can do. Okay, for instance, let me use myself as an example. I started as a content writer and ghost writer, right? Now, when I wanted to niche down, I sat down, I went online, checked what skills are selling and what skills are sustainable. Not just selling, because a skill can be selling today and by next year it's out of the market. So, what skills are selling now? Which ones are sustainable? Now, I listed it out and I asked myself, which skills do I have? I listed it out. Now, what do I love doing? I listed it out. Now, checked the skills that are selling. Which one can I do? Because I will not advise you, if you're someone that you are not too technical, I will not advise you to go and learn website designing. So you still need to know your capability. Okay, these skills that are selling, which one can I do? Now you pick the ones that you know that if you learn it today, you will learn it so well and you'll be able to do it. You pick those ones out. Okay, now you go to the skills you have. And now you ask yourself, these skills I have, which one is beneficial to these ones that these skills that are selling that I know I can do? You pick them out, right? Those are your transferable skills. Now you go to what you love, the skill, like what you love doing, and then you check right now you have the ones that are selling, the ones you have, the skills you have, and then what you love doing. Now you check what you love doing is more like the mean. It's just like the middle. It's not in the middle of the skills that are selling and the ones um you have. Now you check, okay, these ones that are selling, that I have transferable skills for. Which one of them do I know that if I start doing it today, I would so love what I'm doing. You have found your skill. You have found your position. So just pick that one and position in it. You don't have to put everything you are doing on your profile. Someone said yesterday that she has virtual assistant skill, she has med VA skill, and she have customer support. I personally told the person to niche down to medical VA because it's selling and it will still sell for a long time. Okay, so uh, Victoria, I hope that answers you. But if you need more support, you can always reach out to Joanne. That is what she does, so she can help you. What do you think about reposting other people's content on your LinkedIn? What is your opinion? Uh, Joanne,
Just post. If they are friends, you just post their content. You can just repost. I don't think there's
you
an
can
issue.
post. Yeah,
So long as you can repost, um, so long as it's something that you see it's beneficial to your community, don't also just repost everything. See, even when my content is reposted, even right now, I'm at a post that I did today. It has 12 reps. You people have reposted that. And when I look at those reposts, now I'm wondering, okay, so this has posted to her community. Why? So try to evaluate what post is essential. You see, this is going to help your community to repost. Don't just repost everything randomly also. Back to you, Ella.
yeah. So I agree with Joanne. You can repost, but not everything. Okay, not everything. See, I will even advise you, whenever I see a lot of you that when you repost, you don't add your thoughts, nothing. So why are you reposting? If you are reposting a content, add at least one or two lines, especially when it has to do with educational content or maybe thought leadership. Add your opinion. Okay, don't just repost. The kind of post you can just repost is maybe you see when I was posting our event flyer on LinkedIn, you can just repost those without adding a thought. But whenever you are reposting anything that has to do with any educational content, any thought leadership content, make sure you add your opinion. Okay. Um, Thank you. How do you find and connect with your ICP? I am a project manager, and okay, this thing will be handled tomorrow because tomorrow we'll be talking about finding those clients, your strategies, and everything. So write down this question, please. Write it down and ask it tomorrow. Okay. Thank you so much for the training. How do you stay consistent with your posting on LinkedIn with projects at hand without affecting each other?
Simple.
John, will you answer that?
Schedule, use the schedule button. On Saturdays when you're not working on projects, schedule your
Yeah,
content.
very simple. Schedule your content. So that is exactly what I was doing when that is exactly what I was doing. Although now I have someone helping me out with writing the content, but I still had to review it to make sure that it is what I want to go out on my page because of course I have a brand there and I have an image to protect. Okay. And I am very particular about grammar because people I work with, they are very particular about these things. They want to know, when Joanne was talking about building a brand, she told you guys that it's not just about the colors, the logos, and everything. It's about personality. It's about the impression you are giving out. Okay, you have to anticipate what your ideal clients are always watching out for, and you make sure that when you are building your brand, you make sure that those things are covered. Okay, people I work with, they need people that are so detailed, people that can easily pick out errors and things like that. So um right now I have someone helping with my content, but then I make sure that this content goes through me. I read them. Now, for when I didn't have any help, that I was writing my content by myself, I write my content on Sundays. Sunday was the day I mapped out to write content. I write contents and schedule them for throughout the week. Monday to Fridays. I don't post weekends. I post Monday to Fridays only. So I write my content. I schedule them, and off I go. So during weekdays, all I do is when my content goes live, once I'll just open LinkedIn, check if I have any comments there. I will reply to the comments, and off I go again. Now, there's another thing that Joanne talked about, which is when someone said that they are not getting impressions. Joanne mentioned that you need to be commenting on people's posts as well, because those are some of what is going to help you get out there or help the algorithm push your own posts. Now, for me, what I was doing is wake up early in the morning. As a freelancer, you should know that you should be very good with time, keeping to time. So I have the time I wake up, go on LinkedIn, try to go through posts, respond to like comment on people's posts, because of course I want my name to be recognizable under people's comments. So leave good comments, not just good work, well done, nice post. Those are not comments. Nobody is going to look at your comment 2 times. But when you drop um thoughtful comments, is going to capture attentions. I've gotten DMs, and I've gotten, what is it called, connection requests from people, from comments I made under other people's posts. People see it and they know that, oh, they're curious enough to want to come and check who is this person, what does this person do, and then they land in my DM. So you leave thoughtful comments. You have to create time for these things. Okay, you don't have to spend your whole time on it, but create time for it. 1 hour is enough for you to go through comments, respond to people's comments, push out your own post, and then reply to first few comments that come under your post. And then you go. You start working. Maybe whenever you have little breaks, you can still check your LinkedIn and reply to comments you have there, or even comment on other people's own. You don't have to give it all the time. But then weekends, write your posts and schedule them. Joanne has shown us how to schedule posts, so you can always schedule your post in advance. Okay. Um, okay, this person say not having defeating mindset is great. Yeah, it's very great. We'll talk about this on Saturday because I think a lot of you don't really know why you're on LinkedIn. You don't. How were you able to get 80% of your ICP as connection? Wow. Hmm. You have your search button, and I believe tomorrow, Joanne is also going to show us how we can search our ICP. Okay.
Yeah, by then, let
This
me
is
do
one
it
of the,
tomorrow.
yeah, we'll do that tomorrow. Um, Yeah, you have got to work on your mindset. It's very important. How do you connect with clients without notes when LinkedIn only allows 3 connection requests with notes per month? Also, how do you send a LinkedIn DM if you are not connected with the clients?
We'll do
So,
that tomorrow.
yeah,
Yeah.
that TikTok shadowing ban is crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. How many times is ideal to post in a week? See, I think I'm just going to respond to this question. See, depending on the time you have, okay, but I will advise you post at least 3 times every week. At least 3 times every week. I know there was a time I got so busy, I was posting once a week, but then it's understandable. That is to show you how important it was that I was still trying to show up and post once a week. But for you that is just starting, if I'm to advise you, I would say post as much as you can because you need to be pushing out posts. Okay. But then if you don't have the time, post at least 3 times a week. Personally, I post 5 times a week. Joanne posts as many times as she wants in a day, not to talk of week.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a particular time of the day that is most ideal to post? Joanne, you can respond to that.
The time that most people in your country are active, number one. Then number two, your client. So that is why reposting your photo, your for me when you go on my LinkedIn, I post 4 times, but I do repost each and every post. I repost. Why? Because I want to reach the people who were sleeping when I posted. So the 12 p.m. post, when I repost it at 1, I'm reaching people in the UK who are now active on LinkedIn at that time. So you can actually decide to post in the morning hours where I see most people in your country are very active. And then when it gets in the afternoon, you repost for your your best audience, if you feel like your clientele are more in that sector.
Yeah. So for this person, um, for people that have been following me for a long time, you guys will notice that from time to time my posting schedule changes. Most times I post in the morning, but anytime you see me posting 8 p.m. at night, know that I'm looking for clients. Why? Because I work mostly with US clients, and 8 p.m. at night is usually towards evening for them. That is when most of them are leaving their office. That is when most of them, some of them are going home. That is when you find them online, going through. So I post, sometimes I post 8 p.m., sometimes 9 p.m. But whenever you see me posting them, know that I am looking for clients at that point, and I want a situation where, because see how LinkedIn works. Okay, when you post, LinkedIn algorithm is going to check your first connections that are online at that moment, and they are going to push your post to their feed. Okay. Now, those first connections are going to, some of them are going to maybe engage with your content, and some are not going to engage with your content, right? And then that is how it pushes your content out. Now, in my own case, during normal days, normal weeks, I post in the morning because that is when I post 7 a.m. in the morning because that is when people in my country are active on their LinkedIn, right? But then whenever I'm looking for clients, I know that I need to post when US people in the US are active, and that is towards night for me. I'll post them so that uh, when I post, LinkedIn is going to first of all show my content to them because that is where most of them are online, and they are in my first connection, and then they're going to see the post and interact with it. Okay, so whenever, for people that are following me, whenever you see that my content time change, just know that I'm looking for clients at that moment. I've given you that secret. Okay, so um what do you think about asking people in your circle to connect to your posts? Is it advisable? Does it affect?
People in your circle to
Joanne?
connect or to comment.
Yeah, to connect and maybe engage with their content.
It's okay because they're going to help you to push the content to your ideal client. It does affect. It's
Yeah.
advisable.
Now, a, a lot of another thing I would like to tell you people, you see a lot of these people you see on LinkedIn that their content is doing so well. Now, what they do is they create a community. When they post, they send their post to their community and ask people in their community to engage. Now, it's understandable because what will happen once those people are engaging and connecting and commenting on their post, LinkedIn will be showing it to more people, and that is how you see their post getting a lot of comments and engagements. Okay, so if you have a community, you can also do that. People in my community, I don't do it. I don't do it because I don't know why. But then, if you have a community, when you post, you can copy the link, paste it in the community, and ask them to please engage with your post. It's going to help boost it. But please, when you are copying the link, make sure you remove the UTM tracking. So the UTM tracking is, you see, when you copy a link, you are going to see one question mark with some characters after it. So from the question mark, delete everything from the question mark. Now, what that is doing is, once you delete that, it will be hard for LinkedIn to track where that engagement is coming from, where your engagement is coming from. But if that UTM tracking is there, LinkedIn is going to know that most of your engagement is coming from outside the platform, and they might shadow ban your account. So, just a warning. All right. So, do you think about okay? What do you do when your posts are not getting okay? No, we have answered that. To search for jobs on LinkedIn, we are going to everything about jobs is going to be tomorrow. Okay, jobs clients is tomorrow. So Ayo Ayodeji Ayo. Sorry, my dear. Just copy that post. Okay, just copy this question and ask it tomorrow. Okay. Okay. How do you answer people that request for services from you on LinkedIn? Um, if someone requests for service and you are sure, because let me tell you, see, some of our Pakistan and Indian brothers, they used to. I do get that a lot. They can request my service, but once I see that it's them, because I'm sorry because I know I have some Pakistan and Indians here, but I'm sorry, I don't. I have an ICP. I have my ideal clients, and that is US clients, and sometimes UK clients, but mostly I prefer working with US clients. Now, when I get those requests, I don't accept it. But then you are going to be getting a lot of them. So if they are your ICP, then go ahead. But then if they are, go ahead. If they're not, then ignore it. Okay. Um, how do you create those relationships with? Please ask me the Udochukwu, ask me this question tomorrow. Okay. How do you create relationship? The relationships we talked about. You can ask it tomorrow. We'll do justice to it. Early this year, a client reached out to me via DM. What Joan is saying is right. Okay, that's good. What do you tell those high profile people in your DMs? We are going to talk about those tomorrow. And if we can't complete them tomorrow, then during our section on Saturday, I am going to take time. If we like, we can spend as much hours as we want on Saturday and talk about these things in detail. Okay. Uh, is it very okay? It's very emotional draining, keeping posting and not getting the required attention. I know it is, but then you are not doing something right. That is why you are not getting the attention yet. Though, yeah, I understand what you're saying. Though posting and not getting comments and engagements, my dear, it's mindset. It's mindset. We are going to change our mindset by Saturday. Okay. Yesterday you made mention of this, and your profile should be working for you even while you are sleeping. So is there a particular area to set that up on LinkedIn? Nope. Joanna said that.
Samuel, what I meant is that when you're sleeping, is your LinkedIn talking on your behalf? So when you're sleeping here in Kenya, oh, likely you're in Nigeria. If you're sleeping in Nigeria, like now, right now, I know you're going to sleep. Um, if someone scrolls through your profile, are they able to hire? Is it able to speak on your behalf and sell on behalf of you when you're not there? That is what I meant.
Yeah. So just like I've said in the past, I know we have a lot of new persons here, but I've told my community in the past that your LinkedIn is like an active CV. But the difference between your LinkedIn and CV is LinkedIn is active, and number two, LinkedIn also shows your personality and your authority. Now, your LinkedIn should be able to convert even in your absence. A client should come to your LinkedIn and feel confident enough that you are going to solve their problem. You should be able to sleep and wake up and see DMs from your ICP. That means your LinkedIn, your profile is converting. Okay, so that is what she means. It's not, there is no setting that you need to set, except maybe you can go and check your settings and make sure that your LinkedIn profile is set to public. Because I know some of you, your profile might not be set to public, so check that. But what she's saying is that whatever you have on your profile should be able to convert even when you are not there. Okay. Thank you for so much for this. I noticed that when I search my ICP, I can't view many profile. Most times I get the notification that I need to subscribe to my to premium. Yeah, that is true. That is true. When you are using free LinkedIn, it's really hard to reach out to ICP, but then they give you free they give you, there's a limit, but you can make use of the little they give you and be searching. Then if you have money, you can subscribe to premium. Personally, when I started out, you see, once in a while, LinkedIn is going to send you this notification to subscribe to premium for free, maybe for 30 days. A lot of you misuse that opportunity. You misuse it because 30 days is enough for you to get clients on LinkedIn. Is enough. Now, if you have that free 30 days and you have the right strategy on LinkedIn, definitely you get clients. So for those on free plan, just make use of the weekly number of this thing they give you. Then you are going to be maxing out quickly, but then just manage. Yakubu manage. Okay. Uh I studied accounting and I would like to go into virtual bookkeeping. Do you think it's good niche to go into from Nigeria when most of the jobs I have seen are mostly for Philippines? What do you think, Joanne?
If you studied accounting, there are many jobs for virtual assistants even in Nigeria. Maybe you're looking in the wrong place. Please change your look, change looking for jobs. Bookkeeping, quite a lot of bookkeeping jobs are on a site like Brandwork. Brandwork is a good site that you can check out. Quite a platform that bookkeeping. So many opportunities have helped people in accounting. The biggest percentage of the people that I've helped to get into remote work are actually accountants. So you're looking in the wrong places.
And one
Yeah.
thing you don't know is that accountants is a hot accountancy, whatever it's called, is a very good niche. If you're an accountant, I don't think you should be limiting yourself to just bookkeeping. There are a lot of accounting softwares. Go and learn them and position as an accountant. Maybe accountant for small businesses. Okay, just learn all these accounting softwares, and maybe one or two tax softwares. I know TaxDoom as well. You can learn about it. Is there an option? But maybe for this person, you can talk to Joanne later on. She might help you. She will help you with positioning. Okay. Is there an option of tagging other people on LinkedIn? And is it okay to tag people? Yes, it's okay to tag people, but make sure that whoever you are tagging,
You can't tag
whatever you are
everyone.
tagging them is actually important. Okay, it doesn't work like Facebook where um you make a post and you tag your followers. No. Now, if you are celebrating someone on LinkedIn, you can tag them. If maybe I've made posts in the past where I had conversation with someone, and then when I'm writing a post about that conversation, I would be like, when I was talking with at this person the other day, you see how I mentioned them. But don't just create a post and start tagging random people. It doesn't make sense, and it doesn't speak well of your brand. Okay. I know you want to tag these people so that they will come and comment and engage with your post. Don't do that. All right. Okay, I say I misuse my. What did you misuse? Neka, what did you misuse?
LinkedIn
How can
Premium.
we maximize LinkedIn Premium? Okay, okay. Um, John, can you attend to that?
So number one, I'm of the contrary opinion because for me, I've never used LinkedIn Premium. Even the of it, I still have it. I have never utilized. Just know how to navigate your way through LinkedIn. You see, some
Yeah.
they need money. There are sites that need money. But how do you navigate yours through without paying? Think through that. Number two, if you have already paid for the premium, please, you have a chance to reach anybody in this world of how to reach out, of cold and start sending messages. Even if it's
Yeah.
just 30 days premium, reach out to those people that you need to reach out to. Don't sleep on it. Don't make a target of even reaching out to 20 people in a day. If you have a premium, maybe it's just a 1 month or a 30 day, reach out to 20 people in a day. By the time it gets to 30 days, you'll have reached out to 600. I'm so sure in those 600 people, you should have gotten an opportunity to work.
Yeah. Now, when I started freelancing when I joined LinkedIn in 2022, I didn't have paid version. I didn't have the premium. It was until I think the first time I started using premium was mid 2024. Mid 2024, and the premium I even used was given to me by someone. Okay, someone did 1 year premium for me. Okay, and that expired sometime last year. But because my new the strategy I'm using on LinkedIn this time around has to do, I need the premium to be able to meet up the target I have for myself there. I had to subscribe to premium. That is why you see me using premium now. But you can succeed on LinkedIn without premium. I did that for the first 2 years or so. For the first 3 years, even up till last year, it was until they gave me the free premium. That is even when I know that I can even do more with the premium. Okay, and I'm addicted to it. But you can do better. You can even do well without the. I know a lot of people on LinkedIn that are doing so well without premium. One of my good friends, she doesn't have premium, and she's getting clients on LinkedIn every day. So sorry, me and every day, every time. All right, how can we? Okay, we have answered that. Do you also make use of pools to post and get clients, Joanne? Someone
I
is
don't
asking if you make
use,
use of.
no, I don't use polls.
Yeah. So, personally, I use pools once in a while, not all the time. Since more than a year now, I've not used pool, but you can use pool. Sometimes, what I use pool for is maybe I wrote a content and I maybe I have a question that I need response to. Okay, that is when I use pool. For instance, let me say I'm organizing a class and maybe I talked about it. For instance, I'm organizing an Upwork class. I talked about it. I can now use pool to ask people, okay, if I organize an Upwork class, what will you want to hear? Okay, I can say proposal writing, optimization, this. People will pick. Okay, that is just what pools are for. So you can use pools if you want, but don't overuse it. I think we have done justice to all the questions we got. Neka, I know I asked you what you misused, but then I
It is the
haven't seen
LinkedIn
your reply.
premium.
That's okay. Okay, the
It's
LinkedIn
the
Premium.
LinkedIn
Oh my
premium
God.
package.
Don't worry. Next year they will give you another one. I know they do that every year. They give you free 30 days every year. So if you misuse it now, you will still get another one, another opportunity, and you're going to use it well. Okay? All right. Joanne, thank you so much for today. I know guys, please drop your comments and thank Joanne on my behalf. She's doing this without she didn't take anything from me. She was so happy to come and educate you guys, give out the knowledge for free, and I so appreciate her. I thank you so much, Joanne. So tomorrow we are going to meet again, and our tomorrow topic will be all about getting jobs, creating your LinkedIn strategy, looking out for your ICP and the rest of them. Guys, please drop a comment and thank Joanne. She needs to know that
Oh
we
my
really
God.
appreciate her.
Thank you. Thank you, Samuel.
Thank you, Joanne.
You're welcome. Oh, I'm supposed to say
I got mine and really want to know how to optimize it. Okay. Helen, tomorrow we are going to talk
welcome,
about all those things. If
welcome,
we can't finish it,
Josephine.
then Saturday.
Welcome, Amarat. Oh my God. I'm so sorry, guys. I wish. Thank you, Victoria. Welcome. It's supposed to be welcome.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys.
I've seen Nneka in movies.
Yeah,
So I
Nneka.
know how to spell it. Some
We
of your names are
appreciate
not in any
you.
movie. So if you're not in movies, my dear, I can't even mention you. I'll just wish I thank you. You're welcome, Victoria. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Um,
So we'll call it a night and we'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.
okay. Bye bye.